Assalamualaikum and good morning. Title of our presentation is Fostering Critical Thinking Skills in Tertiary Level Students for Media and Information Literacy. I am Shima and my team members are Nur Ashikin, Marin Evrina and Nur Shafika. The primary objective of this study is to examine how undergraduate students at tertiary level educational institution employ critical thinking to interpret media and information, ultimately enhancing their media and information literacy. Some introduction. In the era of social media, discerning the truthfulness of what is posted online has become of paramount importance. With the widespread dissemination of information across various platforms, distinguishing between facts and misinformation has become increasingly important and challenging. There is a pressing need for individuals to exercise critical thinking and verify the accuracy of information before accepting it as truth. The consequences of misinformation can be profound, influencing public opinion, shaping perceptions, and even impacting real-world events. Therefore, in an age where information is readily accessible but not always reliable, cultivating media literacy skills and adopting a cautious approach to online content are essential for navigating the digital landscape responsibly. Okay, literature review. In the domain of media and information literacy, individuals are responsible for critically assessing, that is using critical thinking skills, to assess the trustworthiness or truthfulness and credibility of media sources, whether they appear in the traditional print and broadcast media or on digital platforms. These critical thinking skills, which supports media and information literacy, are instrumental in enabling individuals to identify bias, misinformation, and manipulation within media content. Okay, media information literacy, moreover, instills in people the habit of probing the motivations of media creators and acknowledging the potential biases inherent in news reporting, advertising, and entertainment. More on literature review, right? Research on the intersection of fake news and adolescents' involvement indicates that social media platforms, including TikTok, may serve as fertile ground for the spread of misinformation. You can see here some citations regarding critical thinking and media and information literacy. So we come to the research questions. We have 3 research questions. The first one is, do undergraduate students use core critical thinking skills in their interpretation of media information? The second research question is if so, which of the 6 critical thinking skills outlined in the Delphi report were utilized more frequently? And lastly, research question 3, how are the usage of core critical thinking skills in the interpretation of media information different according to gender, year of study, and program? Okay, so this section is the methodology section. On your right, you can see the critical thinking, cognitive skills, and sub skills as given in the Delphi report here for Sion 1990. The skills are interpretation, analysis, to self-regulation. Right. The population, students from 7 faculties or centers at the National Defence University of Malaysia. Sampling is convenient sampling. Instrument, online questionnaire on Google Forms. Items, the questionnaire has 3 snapshots of posting from social media. Section 8 comprises of 8 demographic questions, whereas Section B, there are 6 subsections interpretation according to the cognitive critical thinking skills, and each subsection consists of 5 questions presented in both English and the questions are also translated into Bahasa Melayu. Altogether there are 30 questions. Alright, descriptive statistical analysis, you use frequency and mean scores. Data from Excel was ported into SPSS version 25. Reliability of questionnaire 0.978, that's very high and acceptable. Normality test, we use the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test and found that the null hypothesis is rejected, so distribution is not normal. Hence, for correlation analysis, payment row was used, and we found that all the critical thinking skills, the 6 skills, are related to one another. Right. Table 2 shows that the mean score for all the 6 critical thinking skills. So evaluation and analysis are often more familiar and comfortable processes for respondents or individuals. They may have been exposed to these activities more frequently in their education, Hamoy 2023, leading to a greater inclination to use them. Okay. Interpretation, on the other hand, is challenging as media messages often contain layers of meaning, including explicit messages, implicit messages, symbolism, and subtext. When we compare mean score according to gender, we found that male participants to demonstrate higher utilization of critical thinking skills across all mentioned areas. Okay. Research exploring gender disparities in critical thinking has yielded varied results. Marnie et al. 2022 discovered that male inference skill is better than female, and on the other hand, Azizi et al. 2022 found out that gender had no role to play in critical thinking and critical thinking strategy use. While some studies indicate slight differences in certain aspects of critical thinking between genders, the general consensus suggests these differences are minimal and do not imply one gender's superiority over the other in critical thinking abilities. It is crucial to acknowledge that any gender discrepancies in critical thinking are likely influenced by societal expectations, cultural norms, and educational opportunities rather than inherent biological disparities between males and females. Next, when we compare mean score according to year of study, the finding indicates that as the participants progress in their academic years, they demonstrate an enhanced ability to employ critical thinking skills. This progression is unsurprising as students typically experience an augmentation in critical thinking abilities as they advance in their studies. Alright, there are citations regarding critical thinking according to year of studies. The last one is in a study by Roh and Burkander 2022. Results showed that age was a consistent predictor of critical thinking. Alright, when we compare mean scores according to program, there are 3 types of program: degree program, diploma, and foundation. It's surprising here, the notable elevation in mean scores among the foundation group is intriguing, particularly considering that this cohort is the youngest both in terms of age and academic year, yet they exhibit the highest mean scores across all critical thinking skills. One could argue this by suggesting that individuals from the foundation group may be more accustomed to critical thinking as they are students who have recently transitioned from school settings, where in schools critical thinking is being emphasized. We have HOTS, high order thinkings, etc. A degree student exhibits better critical thinking skills as compared to a diploma student because of a degree is a higher educational level than a diploma. Okay, degree programs typically involve more advanced coursework and rigorous academic standards compared to diploma programs. The extended duration of degree programs allows for deeper exploration of subject and greater emphasis on critical thinking development. Okay. Now, were critical thinking skills employed by samples when interpreting media information? Back to the research questions. Okay, samples do use critical thinking skills when they interpret the three snapshots of postings from social media, with evaluation skill as the most frequently utilized by the samples, followed by analysis and explanation. The skill least utilized in this context was interpretation skill. Firstly, evaluation, analysis, and explanation are more familiar skills and comfortable processes for respondents, possibly due to their frequent exposure to these activities throughout their education. Additionally, these skills are perceived as more immediate, relevant to decision making and problem solving, thus providing tangible outcomes or solutions. As a result, respondents may naturally prioritize evaluation and analysis when interpreting media information. Right, if so, which of the 6 critical thinking skills outlined in the Delphi report were utilized more frequently? By gender, male, yeah, the skill is evaluation with a mean score of 3.8677. Female, the skill is analysis, 3.8450. By year of study, year 1, evaluation, 3.8142. Year 2, analysis, 3.8266. Year 3, self-regulatory, 4.3871. Year 4, the skill is evaluation again, 3.933, and above year 4, year 5 and so on, evaluation skill with 4.4000 mean score. Right. Next, by program, the degree program evaluation with 3.8521, diploma analysis 3.7833, and foundation evaluation skill 4.1481. Okay. All right. Now we've come to the conclusion. Okay. So this study provides valuable insights into how participants utilize critical thinking skills when interpreting media information. Specifically, the observation that certain skills are more frequently utilized than others suggests that participants may lack familiarity with or proficiency in less utilized skills. This discrepancy in skill utilization implies that individuals may prioritize or rely more heavily on skills with which they are more familiar or comfortable, potentially neglecting others due to a lack of exposure or lack of confidence. Identifying such patterns can help highlight areas where individuals may benefit from additional training or support to enhance their critical thinking abilities across a broader range of skills. Overall, this observation underscores the importance of addressing skill gaps and promoting a more comprehensive approach to critical thinking development. With that, thank you.